Water, the second most vital element needed for life. So the number one vital element needed for life is oxygen. And that's not a surprise, is it? The second most vital element needed for life is water. You can go 3 minutes without oxygen. You can go a couple of weeks without water. Water is the second most vital element needed for life. In fact, where there's no water, you don't usually get people living, do you?
Water is the most essential element for life, vital for maintaining the health and functioning of all body systems. Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a renowned health educator, reveals the importance of not just drinking water, but drinking it the right way to increase its health benefits. His knowledge about hydration goes beyond simply drinking adequate amounts of water. Therefore, in this video, Dr. Barbara O'Neill shows us how to drink water the right way without damaging our body's health. Water constitutes about 60% of the human body and is essential for nearly every bodily function. It helps regulate body temperature, lubricates joints, facilitates digestion, transports nutrients, and eliminates waste. Despite these crucial functions, many people overlook the importance of proper hydration, leading to a range of health issues from minor discomforts like headaches and fatigue to more serious conditions such as kidney stones and urinary tract infections.
I always say to people, how much water do you drink? And these are some of the answers. I don't like water. If I drink water, my feet swell. If I drink water, I'm going to the bathroom all day. Those last two answers tell me that the water's not getting inside the cell. So how do we get the water inside the cell? We have to go to the third most vital element needed for life, and that is sodium. The fourth most vital element needed for life is potassium. So let's go back to sodium. In nature, we find the highest amount of sodium in seawater. And seawater contains 92 minerals. Of those 92 minerals, 30%, approximately 30% is sodium. And of those 92 minerals, approximately 50% is chloride. Now, because sodium chloride take up the most amount, they're the first crystals formed when the water is evaporated. So what man does is he scoops up the first crystals formed, he bleaches them white, puts aluminium with it so that it runs freely, and there's your table salt. Table salt is a dangerous salt because we now have two very harsh minerals that if you were to inject both of those into the blood, you would die. There's two harsh minerals and they need all the other 90 to soften them and balance them. The highest concentration of mineral inside the cell is potassium. The highest concentration outside the cell is sodium. And in this bilayered membrane that is around every cell, there are sodium-potassium pumps. And these sodium-potassium pumps are ever going like this, maintaining the balance between potassium and sodium. But when someone's not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and that's where you get most of your potassium, and they're putting table salt on everything far too much, what happens now is sodium levels rise and potassium levels drop. There is a small amount of sodium in the cell, but when this happens, you see osmosis and diffusion happens when the highest concentration merges into the lowest. So now sodium levels inside the cell are rising, which they should not, and the cell swells. What's that called? High blood pressure. The doctor is right. Table salt will contribute to high blood pressure.
One of the key areas Dr. Barbara O'Neill addresses is the detrimental effects of high intake of table salts on health. Common table salt, which is predominantly sodium chloride, is heavily processed and stripped of essential minerals. The overconsumption of table salt can lead to a range of health issues, including high blood pressure, fluid retention, and an increased risk of heart disease. Excess sodium from table salt can also strain the kidneys, lead to dehydration, and disturb the delicate balance of electrolytes in the body.
There's a French doctor named Dr. Lelangre, and he's written a whole book on salt. He said, when people come to me with high blood pressure, I put them on Celtic salt. Why does he put them on Celtic salt? Because Celtic salt contains 82 minerals. It's a hand-harvested sea salt. So the minerals are in the Celtic salt in their balanced form. What about Himalayan salt? In many places, Himalayan salt is a lot easier to get. There's about 75 minerals. So it's pretty good. But I prefer the Celtic salt. And one reason is that the Celtic salt has 3 magnesiums. It contains magnesium chloride and magnesium bromide and magnesium sulfate. Magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, and this explains why the Celtic salt is such a moist salt, especially when we've had a lot of rain, because those 3 magnesiums absorb the moisture. And because magnesium is a water-hungry molecule, it can be used to help the water get into the cell. So when you take a crystal of Celtic salt, put it on your tongue, and some say, how big's a crystal? Well, if you've got high blood pressure, start small, about the size of a sesame seed. I don't have high blood pressure, so I might have about 3 times little sesame seeds. Put it on your tongue, your mucous membranes start absorbing the minerals, the magnesium is taken to the cell membrane, and you drink your water, and that magnesium pulls that water inside the cell. It's the quickest way to hydrate a body.
Celtic salt, often recommended by Dr. Barbara O'Neill, is a type of sea salt that is harvested using traditional methods. Unlike processed table salt, Celtic salt is unrefined and retains its natural mineral content, including trace elements like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. These minerals play a vital role in maintaining electrolyte balance and supporting overall health. Dr. Barbara O'Neill suggests that adding a small amount of Celtic salt to water can be beneficial, particularly for individuals dealing with high blood pressure. The rationale behind this recommendation is that Celtic salt, due to its mineral content, may help to balance electrolytes and support the body's natural regulation of blood pressure. The magnesium in Celtic salt, for instance, is known to relax blood vessels and improve circulation, which can contribute to lowering blood pressure. Moreover, Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that Celtic salt can enhance the body's ability to absorb water, making hydration more effective. This is especially important for those who may be drinking sufficient water but not seeing the expected health benefits due to poor absorption.
The only time excess water drinking can be dangerous is if people drink too much at once and don't have the minerals that are in the Celtic salt to pull that water inside the cell. I've had people complain to me, they say, I'm drinking more water now and now I'm going to the bathroom all day. So I say, are you having the salt? Have a little crystal before every glass of water. And ideally we should be having approximately 8 glasses of water a day. And then I say to them, and don't drink a whole glass at once. I think I mentioned earlier, I drink half a glass as soon as I get up. I go to the bathroom, I drink another half glass. Then I get dressed and have another half glass. But when I start every glass, I have that little bit of salt. So you spread the water over the day. And many people have said to me, thank you so much, that has made a big difference. See, huge water in, it's not long before huge water has to come out.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill suggests that for individuals experiencing frequent urination, adding a small amount of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt to water can be beneficial. The idea behind this recommendation is that these natural salts are rich in essential minerals that help balance electrolytes in the body, potentially reducing the urge to urinate frequently. Frequent urination can sometimes be a sign of an electrolyte imbalance, where the body loses too much sodium, leading to the kidneys working harder to maintain balance. By adding a pinch of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt to water, you may help your body retain fluids better, reducing the frequency of urination. These salts contain trace minerals that can also support overall hydration and cellular function.
Well, I agree with the table salt because it causes this imbalance of minerals in and out of the cell, absolutely. And did you know that sodium chloride is so strong it can kill the taste buds? Have you seen people that eat table salt? They put it on everything and they put it on before they've even tasted it. Well, no wonder their taste buds are dying. Whereas Celtic salt, with all of its minerals, it enhances the flavour of the food.
Consuming excessive amounts of table salt can have a detrimental effect on your taste buds. Table salt, which is highly processed and devoid of natural minerals, can be abrasive and, over time, lead to reduced taste sensitivity. This happens because the harshness of refined salt can irritate and damage the delicate cells on the surface of the tongue, where the taste buds are located. As a result, the ability to detect subtle flavors decreases, leading to a duller flavor.
So as you can see, water is very important. But so is the salt. And again, the potassium is found in all your fresh fruits and vegetables. Something else happens. I'd like to go back to this for a moment. When the magnesium's put on the tongue and you have the glass of water, or half a glass, a little bit later the other half glass, that magnesium pulls the water inside the cell. And in the bilaid membrane that is around every cell, there's a little motor. And when the water's pulled through the membrane and into the cell, it causes that little motor to start spinning. And the spinning of that motor gives us a unit of energy. So when you're feeling a little tired or maybe a little bit peckish mid-morning, have the salt and have the water and you'll get a little bit of a pickup. So when everyone's going outside to have their cigarette or their cup of coffee, you have your crystal of salt, your glass of water.
For those who find it challenging to drink large amounts of water throughout the day, incorporating natural fruit juices can be a helpful strategy. These juices can make hydration more enjoyable and provide additional nutrients that support overall health. However, Dr. Barbara O'Neill cautions against over-reliance on fruit juices, as they should not replace water, but rather complement it. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips and information.